everywhere.
The charges are obviously bogus.
The loved one of a Winnipeg man accused in a massive drug bust say the police have the wrong guy, and their loved one is not a kingpin or a drug lord, but a man who has tried to get help with his substance abuse for years and has been failed by the system.
He's been a drug addict for over 20 years. Hasn't been given an opportunity for help when asking for it.
Just a few weeks ago, police said that Jonathon Alexander Herntier was the man who was allegedly responsible for bringing a huge quantity of drugs into the city, worth $1.5 million, and was also responsible for a number of weapons that had been apprehended as well. But speaking to City News, requesting his name not be used, his loved one says the police are overstepping their boundaries before the case even goes to trial.
They're trying to label him as something he's not. In the press conference alone, I believe his name's Mr. Hall quoted, these drugs were solely brought in by one individual. That to me sounds like they're saying he's guilty before it even hits the courtroom.
They worry the 37-year-old Winnipeg man won't have access to a fair trial, given what police have said publicly about the bust at a press conference earlier in September.
I want to point out that this is one individual responsible for what you're seeing on the table right now. It's because of this one individual that you see the violence on the street between street gangs and these young people shooting each other and the drug trafficking going on.
At that time, they implied Herntier was the individual responsible for bringing the drugs into the city and causing violence on Winnipeg streets.
Jonathon isn't the person they're making him out to be.
He says in the past, Herntier, who was a trained welder and experienced tradesman, has taken deals on drug convictions, hoping he can get help on the inside and get back on track. But time and time again, he says resources critical to him getting away from the drugs are denied.
Any chance of bail to a treatment center or treatment inside has been denied by the courts. He has never gotten bail to like a treatment center or anything. And he's not the only one. It's a repetitive thing with drug addicts wanting help but get stuck in the system labeled as a distributor when they're just a user.
He also feels the charges don't match the reality of the arrest, which happened in August but was only publicized by police in September.
Like what I can say is don't believe everything you read.
3 others have been charged alongside Herntier in connection to the bust, and while police were ready and willing to show off the drugs to media just weeks ago, when City News reached out to them with questions and concerns from the family about the investigation, they told us they could not comment as the process was before the courts, which is where this matter will continue to unfold. In Winnipeg, Morgan Majeski, City News.